Hello everyone. So, uh, in the last lecture, we have read about uh, the types of devices, and there we have read about your uncontrolled devices and controlled devices, uncontrolled and controlled devices, and we have read about unidirectional, unidirectional, and bidirectional, and then we have read about unipolar and bipolar. So here we will be discussing two devices mainly focused on diodes and SCR. Okay, actually I am focusing on diodes because this is the base where all the event starts. Okay, and this is my new devices which you are going to get introduced. So I'm not going to discuss more on MOSFETs, IGBT, BJT. Okay, these devices you already learned. I'll revise the base and I'll start with a new. Okay, so the rest of the devices you expect that it's an assignments for you to do in yourself. So for a diode, you have learned that diode has a symbol like this, right? And this is your anode, this is your cathode. So this is actually your two terminal. Diodes is a two terminal device. If you are talking about on a constructional feature, this diode has two junctions. One is a p and one junction, actually this is called a junction. Okay, so and two layer, so p and two layers are there. So this is your p-type semiconductor device and this is your n-type semiconductor device. And you might have learned that the p-type semiconductor has more of holes. Okay, and holes are represented by positive and less as a negative. Now this electrons, negative charges is your electrons. For a negative, uh, for a n-type semiconductor, it has more of electrons and less holes. Okay, so when you apply your positive and negative, that is your positive reverse forward bias condition, what happens that the electrons get attracted uh, towards your positive potential, and holes get attracted towards the negative potential. So what happens that the electrons get moves from your n type to p type, and your holes moves from p type to n type. Okay, and that's why the current is always said that the current flows from positive to negative. It is opposite to the movement of the electron. Okay, that's why it is called as conventional current. Okay, so that's why it's opposite to the movement of the electron. Electron flows from positive to negative to positive, but the current flows from positive to negative. Okay, so this is the characteristics, and this is the constructional feature, and what you get as a characteristics, you get like this, right? You get like this. So there is a v breakdown voltage, VBO. This is the breakdown and this is the current. So what happens that this is the breakdown comes when there is a charge mix, there is a breakdown level. Okay, this is the layer of your electrons, and you need to break this. This is the immobile layer where there is no mobility. Okay, so for diodes you need to break this, and then only you will get uh, normally the diodes is like this only. Okay, this is the normal feature, normal. Okay, Now this uh, when you give the positive and negative potential, this positive and negative potential breaks this layer, and that is called that breakdown layer. And then only you will get, for breaking down that layer, that is it, you need to have this potential VBO is the potential, and that is referred, you can say that it is opposite to the polarity. So that's why we are used to say that this is the breakdown diode breakdown level, and that is VBO. Okay, now this is good for signal level. Signal level, I think approximately it is 0.7 volt. So this is good for a signal level when you transmit a signal, because at a signal level maximum you are working at a 5 volt, okay, or 3 volt. You are working at these two levels only. So for a diode, for using a transferring a signal for a signal diode, this is good enough. But when you are dealing with potential above that, means you are going for 12 volt, you are going for 230 volt AC, right? So this is DC. Okay, so when you are going for the level up, in kilovolts also, if you are increasing the power level, these signal level diode does not work. Okay, so this is called power level. So this signal level diode does not work. So what you used to do is that the breakdown potential, because this potential is created by a layer for a power diodes. For a power diode, the constructional feature is different. Okay, so there we inject one more layer, that is n minus layer. Okay, so this is our diode. This is the actual diode. Now this diode is used in power diode conditions. Okay, so power diode, there we have three layers. One is P, another is N minus, and N layer. Okay, now what is N minus layer? This is a lightly doped layer. Okay, this is highly doped layer, and this is also highly doped. But what happens is that, but in addition, lightly doped means the number of doping or number of electron or mixing of electrons or holes in this layer is less compared to. So when you have less number of immobile charges means you mobile sorry when you have less number of electrons and holes in this layer, that means it is already creating there the voltage drop, that is VBO. Okay, so you need a higher potential VBO, breakdown potential, to break this layer. And so that means the width of this n minus layer determines the breakdown potential. So that's why if you look for the characteristics is quite similar. So you don't have any change in the characteristics. So this is the characteristic of a diode for a signal level, and this is the characteristic of a in forward bias condition. Okay, so in a forward bias condition, what is actually you are seeing is that this is for signal, and this is for power. So what you are actually seeing is that you need to give more breakdown potential, right? So breakdown VBO, P is greater than VPS. So that is the breakdown. We can expect that the breakdown voltage for a power level is more compared to the signal level, but the characteristic is same. Okay, this is the static characteristic. It work when during conduction, both work on a similar basis. Okay, and it is the you can say that the level of current is quite high. Now, this layer, once it is in your forward bias condition, this layer and minus layer, once is it is in the forward bias condition, means there the current is already there and the this breakdown is already happened. But when you turn off, during the turn off condition, this layer accumulates charges. Okay, accumulates charges, and this layer, when it accumulates charges, it does not allow to turn off the SCR. Okay, because that's what the problem is. You can turn on the SCR. Once it get turned on, it gets accumulation of charges, and that is the problem with in during turn off. So there are different devices like Schottky diodes. Okay, these are the fast acting diodes. Okay, these are the fast acting diodes, and depends on the recovery of these charges, means how you nullify these charges to original level, means you how you convert, you how you take out these charges or nullify these charges to the uh, n layer and p layer, how you transfer it, and that is called as recovery process. Okay, so here, this is that once you get turn on, you get extra time. So this is the T, and this is your current I. So this is the conduction mode, this is the conduction mode, and sorry, it should be okay. So here the current is zero, here the current is not zero, right, finite value. So we are going from uh, on to off condition. So this is the amount of recovery, like there is a negative current, and this negative current is because of the accumulation of passive charges or charges accumulated in this layer. Okay, so once this layer is this the charges is nullified, you will get current equal to zero. The time which you invest during this is the time. Okay, during turn off, if you minimize this time, suppose this is the another diode. Now here you see the minimization of the time, right? Now if you minimize this time, turn off time, you will say that this is a fast recovery diode, fast recovery diode. Okay, and we require power diode at a fast recovery diode for switching, for high switching means high frequency switching, high frequency switching high frequency switching. We require this fast recovery diode because our function is on and off of the switch, and this on and off happens in for 0.01 milliseconds. Like if the frequency is 110 kilohertz, so this is the frequency 10 kilohertz, time will be 1 upon 10. right, into 10 raised to the power 3. Okay, now what you can expect, 0.1 millisecond. So within 0.1 millisecond, there will be number of switching on and off, on and off, on and off. On. So this is called high frequency switching. And for that high frequency switching, we require the recovery diodes, high recovery diodes. Okay. So this is the constructional difference which comes when you are moving on from your signal diode to power diode. So there is an increment in one layer and you get a power diode. Okay, so the characteristics remain same and this is what changes. Okay, so now we will move on to our next topic, that is SCR. So I hope you might have learned, might have known this uh, semiconductor devices, types of semiconductor devices. Now this because once the nature you know, the analog electronics is must for this. If you know the concepts of holes and holes and electrons and the flow of holes and electrons, that will be beneficial for you. Okay, now for SCR, this is called a silicon controlled rectifier. Silicon controlled rectifier. Okay, now first of all, thyristor. So most of the book, or even in my lecture, I will tell thyristor, but I mean SCR. Okay, so what is thyristor and what is SCR? So actually this thyristor is a family name. Okay, family name. And SCR is member of that family. Member of that family. So, okay. So this is what the difference is. Okay, this is the improved version of thyristor family, that is SCR. There is another device that is GTO. Okay. Now, what thyristor means? Thyristors means any devices that have more than three layers, three or more than three, or three or more than three layers of PN junction. Okay, for any devices that has equal to three or more than three PN junction, that devices we used to say that it is thyristors family. Okay, now next is that it has two stable state. Okay, two stable state means one is on state and other is off state. Okay, so it must have three layers, three or more layer. The other is it is actually it has two state, off state and on state. Okay, now so this is our thyristor. Let us discuss about SCR. So basically SCR is a four layer PN junction. Four layer PN junction. Now four layer PN junction, P four layer PN junction, and has three terminals. Remember, three terminals. Three terminals means anode, cathode, and gate. Three terminals. Okay. Next is three junctions. J1, J2, J3. Okay. So three terminals, three junction, four layer. So always remember this. Next is, how is the level of doping? Now, as you can see here, P1 and P2 is it is thick layer, thick layer, thick layer, but moderate doping, moderate dope means the number of holes, or you can say that the doping means the number of holes present is in moderate level. Okay, it's not much. So I am not concerned about deep analysis of your PN junction and all. I'm just focusing on your conduction, how that doping levels. If the doping level is less, that means the conduction will be the mobile charges that is there is less. If the doping level is very high, that means the conduction will be high. I am talking on that, nothing else. Okay. Next is, if you have detailed, if you want to know detailed version of it, just look about your analog subjects. Next is your N2. It is thin layer, but heavily doped. And N1, N1 is thickest, thickest, but thickest of all, but you lightly doped. Okay, lightly doped. So by now you might have figured it out that N1 is just making a device to a power level, because it is lightly doped but it is thick. So this layer is actually used for breakdown level. Okay, it is creating for the power level. Okay, this is the same layer which we have used in n minus 1 n minus layer in power diode. Okay, so you must know about this. Next is, this device has two characteristics. We will deal this device more on your characteristics. So it has two characteristics. Static characteristics. Second is dynamic characteristics. Okay, static characteristic and dynamics characteristics. So actually what we are doing, we will plot a graph between V and I, and V is the potential across your device. Okay, and your I is the current that is flowing across your. So this we will use in your VI characteristics. We also say that this is the static characteristic here is your VI characteristic. Now for your dynamic characteristics, we will draw V versus time graph. means change of voltage with respect to time, change of current with respect to time. So this is dynamic characteristic. Dynamic characteristic or switching characteristic. Switching characteristic. Okay. So this is the difference between these two characteristics. First we will learn about static characteristics. Okay. So these static characteristics has three layers. Three, you can say that the three region. Three region means what? First, forward blocking, forward blocking, forward blocking. Second, reverse blocking, sorry, forward conduction, forward conduction. And third, reverse blocking. Third is reverse blocking, forward conduction, and reverse blocking. Okay. Now, for this characteristics, we will not use our third terminal, that is your gate terminal. Gate terminal will not use. That means gate is opened. Gate is opened. Okay. We are not going to use this terminal. Okay. Let us first check for this is let us adjust first. Okay. So these are my okay. So forward blocking, forward conduction, reverse blocking. We are not going to use gate terminal for sure. So this is our 4 terminal. Okay. 4 terminal, anode, cathode and gate. So gate is open and anode is connected to positive terminal, cathode is connected to negative terminal. P1. So basically what we have is that this is positive, this is negative. So this junction, P type, this is forward bias, right? This is having positive potential across it and has negative potential across it. So consider it as a diode. If you can consider it, this is one diode, this is another diode, right? Now two diodes is there. Now for one diode, it has the P has positive terminal and so this diode, this first diode, you can say that it is forward bias, right? Next is this diode, this is reverse bias. Okay, sorry, this is again forward bias. Why? Because N is having negative potential, right? So that's why it is forward bias. Okay, so that's why we say that when you are connecting these two terminals, the junction J1, J2 and J3, J1 is forward bias, J3 is forward bias, but J2 is reverse bias. This is during your forward blocking state. For forward blocking state, your anode is positive, cathode is negative. Okay, that's why this is having J1 is forward bias, J2 is reverse bias, J3 is forward bias. Okay, next for reverse blocking state. So whenever you are talking about forward conduction and forward blocking, forward, whenever you are talking about forward, forward means anode positive, cathode negative. That's it. Okay, whether it is in blocking state, whether it is in conduction state. Okay, whenever you are talking about reverse means anode negative, cathode, anode negative, cathode positive. So when you are doing this, what happens for our PN junction? Now again, I am opening the gate. I am not closing the gate, right? So this is negative, this is positive. For P1, N1, P2, N2. Now this N2 has this negative, P1 has this. So as per your diode connection, J1 is reverse bias, J2, sorry, J3 is also reverse bias, and J2 is forward bias. Okay, so that is happening with the junctions. Okay, so let's think what happens with the current conduction. So when it is like this, forward bias means the J1 junction will offer less amount of resistance. For J2 junction, it will have high amount of resistance or breakdown level, and then J3 level will offer your less amount of resistance. Okay. Similarly, in reverse state, J1 will provide very high amount of resistance, J2 will provide very small, again J3 will provide very high. So this is J1, J2 and J3. So what happens to the current flow? Whenever you are flowing a current from here, from anode to cathode, obviously you can expect least amount of resistance during your forward zone and high amount of resistance during your reverse bias zone. Okay, so the current which flows will be like, it will have more current here and less current here, right? Because it has large amount of resistance connected in series. That's why this the current will be flowing less. Okay, so for as per our characteristic drawing, you can see here. Okay, so this is my V, this is my I. Okay, and this is my. Now let's consider the zones. For this is our forward means V, that is your polarity. For potential polarity, we are having anode as positive, cathode as negative. So this is forward. Here negative V is there. So for potential polarity, anode is negative, cathode is positive. Okay, so this is reverse. Okay, so this is the two polarities which you are seeing here. Now let us discuss that for forward zone you have two zone, that is forward blocking mode and forward conduction mode. So this zone, okay, this zone which you are having here, downward part between, this zone is called forward blocking. Okay, then from you can, I am naming it 0, that is O, this is M, this is N, and then this is K. Okay, so from 0 to or O to M, it is called as the characteristics which goes on. This is the characteristics. Okay, this is the characteristic. So this characteristic is forward blocking state. Okay, now here the current is very minimum. Look at the amount of current which you are getting, and after this the current is minimum, but the maximum amount of current is at M. After that it switches to N position, right? It switches to N position. Now what happens is that from M to N it is called as turn on. So here you can say that current is I is minimum, and that's why it is called as leakage current flow. Leakage current. Okay, so SCR is open switch. Open switch means, it is like this. It is not conducting most of the current, it is going to open, that's it. Okay, open switch means it is still not conducting, it is just conducting a leakage current there. Okay, that's why we are saying it is blocking state. Okay, next is your from blocking state, it is this the characteristic. This is the this is our this one, this is our conduction mode. Now this conduction mode here, if you see, the current is high, very high current compared to the blocking mode. Okay, so that's why we can say that the obviously the switch is on, the current flowing across the switch is on. And what about your voltage compared to this voltage here, that is your blocking voltage, it's minimum compared to. So that is why it is called as forward conduction. And here you can say that current is maximum, switch is closed, okay, switch is closed. Now this transfer from this mode to this mode means transfer from forward blocking mode to the conduction mode can happen with two things. Either you break this voltage VBO, okay, means apply a potential. This is the sign of your SCR. Okay, this is the sign of your SCR, this is potential. Apply this voltage, the source voltage, increase the source voltage such a way that it breaks down this voltage, and then the resistance or the resistance which is offering in your forward condition, breakdown condition, it should break it should break that resistance, and the current can flow. Or you can give your gate current. Here right now gate current is 0. If you give gate current is not equal to 0, then what will happen, that your characteristic will be going like this. Okay, now here gate current is 0, in this part gate current is not equal to 0, but and here gate current is also not equal to 0. But what happens here it is 3. Ig3, that is gate current here, is less compared to Ig2. Okay, so the more amount of gate current you give, the time or the breakdown potential decreases. This is VB2 and VB3, right? So VB3 is more compared to VB2. So what gate current, the amount of current you give here, the more amount of gate current you give here, the breakdown levels decreases, so the turn on procedure is done. So you can turn on with two procedure. Either you can break down, you can give supply voltage or break down this potential by giving gate current equal to 0, or you keep this without changing this, you give the gate current. So this is the two ways of turning on. Okay, we'll discuss more in the later part. One more thing is that uh, the switching characteristic from here, it's this is called as latching current. Okay, we'll discuss more on that in the next chapter, in the next, it's quite high, it's large timing. Okay, we will discuss the blocking characteristics also. Let's discuss the blocking characteristics and then we'll move on. Here in the blocking characteristics, what you are feeling here, in the negative zone, the SCR provides very high resistance, right? So this, sorry, this is high. Okay, leave it off. We will go for the next because it's too much time now. Okay, thank you.